Have you ever had that moment where your body just quits? It's like the lights go out and suddenly this Energizer bunny has ran out of battery. You feel exhausted, but yet you can't sleep. Your brain won't focus and your body feels anxious, but for no apparent reason. Your mind keeps saying you've got to push through, and then one day your body says, absolutely no more. For me, that day came out of nowhere. I had just ran a half marathon. I had finished a functional health coaching certification and just opened up my first LLC. I had done all the right things as far as what we all know, sleep and exercise and all the right food choices, discipline, managing my stress. And then one day at work, I collapsed. I felt myself falling into the arms of another coworker, hit the ground, was shaking. I could hear people around me in panic, but yet I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. Whatever was happening was completely outside of my control. I ended up in the emergency room. They did all the tests, right? Nothing conclusive came back. A few things that needed a couple of referrals done. But at that moment, I fundamentally knew something deep inside, a soul sickness like I had never, ever experienced before had occurred. And my nervous system had finally hit the limit. Here's the one thing most people don't realize is many of the habits that we carry today, they don't start as personality traits. They actually start out as survival strategies. Whether you're the strong one or the fixer or the one who never asks for help, feels like you've got to carry everything on your shoulders, and you brace. My thing always, I used to say, I would prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. This is as a child, I would find myself saying this. Your brain learns those patterns early in life when it's still developing, long before we actually have the words for what's happening. We have the sensations in our body. And if our environment felt unsafe to us, to our individual nervous system, then the body can wire itself for protection. Decades later, your body is still running those programs. This is what I found out. And it's the hopeful part of all of this. When your brain wires itself for fear, it also has the capability of rewiring itself for safety. When we start to go down this road and we need to heal from the inside out, maybe from burnout back to a life of, not to where you were, not a life of resilience. We definitely want to build resilience and get back to baseline, but we want post-traumatic growth. We want to now know better and do better. We want to be able to establish and recreate new experiences that involve safe relationships, safe environments, learning how to finally let our body exhale. For me, that collapse ended up becoming a doorway to understanding trauma, the nervous system, and building resilience and post-traumatic growth in a completely different way. If you want to read more or hear more about my story, check out the blog that is listed below. And if you've had these type of experiences, I'd love to hear your comments. You can visit me at soulessentialswellness.com, where we have these conversations. We have a private community where we can have real talk and realize that we're not alone in this. There are so many people that grew up with the stigma around having any conversations about early experiences, about trauma, about mental health, and it's something that every person experiences in one facet or another. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You can bounce back better than ever, but it takes time. It's not a quick fix, but slow, sustainable steps are worth it in the long run for your health, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and I would love to hear your experience.